Well, they would claim, Michelle, that it is clear evidence of state capture. The EFF suggesting that it's treating Pravin Gordhan much the same way as it treated Tlantla Nene, claiming that both men have misled the country when it comes to meetings about the Gupta family. But as you mentioned, not so long ago, they seem to be friends rather than foes. I want to take you back to the 11th of October 2016. That's when Pravin Gordhan was facing fraud charges. Just 2 days later, the EFF holding a media briefing calling for a national shutdown. It said that it would march in the streets of Tshwane on the day that Gordhan was set to appear in court. In the end, those charges were dropped, but the EFF did actually march in Tshwane. Interestingly enough, though, however, it did say that it was marching on the day that Gordhan would appear in court, suggesting that it was marching to some extent in support of the minister. Now, let's fast forward to 2017 when Gordhan was fired, of course, a controversial move on the part of Jacob Zuma. And we saw a massive reaction from several opposition parties, including the Economic Freedom Fighters. In fact, there you can see some of those leaders during a march to the union buildings. It was known as the National Day of Action Against President Jacob Zuma. So once again, that march coming not long after Pravin Gordhan got his marching orders. And as you said, Michelle, we have seen a massive about turn. Roughly 18 months later, 19th of November, anti-Gordhan protests at the state capture inquiry. A massive change in this relationship. The EFF saying that it has evidence that Gordhan laid the foundations for state capture. That evidence is mentioned in a list of questions that Floyd Shivambu has sent to Pravin Gordhan. Of course, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. We'll have to wait and see whether there's any evidence substantiating those questions.
Yeah, Michael, and Pravin Gordhan, in fact, taking on the EFF directly at the state capture inquiry, just a little earlier saying, and I quote here, those who are making allegations outside of this forum should make themselves available. They should come here under oath and subject themselves to cross-examination. Absolutely,
Michelle. And there's one thing saying that Gordhan misled the country by failing to remember a certain meeting with one of the Gupta brothers. It's another thing to make some of the allegations which are contained in this letter, which was signed by Floyd Shivambu. Some serious allegations suggesting, for instance, that he bargained with Jacob Zuma in exchange for getting a post in his cabinet. So we'll have to see where this one goes.
All right, thanks very much for that.